Hello, everybody. I'm live. Just hung up talking with my mom. And I'm not doing the spring journal tonight because I'm just not feeling it. Sorry. I got to do what I'm able to do. And I'm currently standing because I need to stand more than I've been. But my torn meniscus is killing me. So I may end up having to sit down. So we'll see how long this lasts. Hi, Ruth. And so we're going to do a pocket in the Bits and Bobs binder. And I'm going to make 4 cards and give them away. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm trying to remember to get enough to drink. So if you have a Bits and Bobs binder or box, you might want to play along. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Mina. Cheryl, I hope you're feeling better. I'm going to, excuse me, I may need a throat lozenge. That's another thing. Allergies are bad right now. I am going to open, maybe, random number generator. 10. All right, we'll do 10. She said 10. She gave me 10. So I'm going to pull everything out of pocket 10. And I got 4 bases, and I've already cut mats and cards. So hi, Devin. I need to back out some. I'm too close. And you can see the mic. I'll move the mic back and give us some more room. I brought it in thinking we needed it closer, but we don't. There, that's better. So random number generator picked the number 10. So we're going to work in our Bits and Bobs binder. This is mine. Oh, it's hard to show. This is my binder. And what goes in the pockets is anything left on my table after a project gets shoved into a random pocket in here. There are 20 pockets, and we just let random number generator pick a pocket, and then I pull everything that's in that pocket out and dump it out and look at it, and we create cards, journal pages, ATCs, that kind of thing. So it said pocket number 10. Uh-oh. We'll stick that back in pocket 10 because it's not looking like pocket 10 has a lot in it. I've got Deb Farrell's gnomes. And there's a butterfly. Like I said, there is not a lot in this pocket. So let's just see what we can create with that, because that's all I have. And I'm just trying to stand as long as I can. All right. What do we got in here? We got some napkin, some little swirls and stuff. I think that says Merry Christmas. This has got Christmas stuff in it. Don't really want to do Christmas, but I guess we're going to have to. Even the gnomes are kind of Christmassy. Oh, and there's a dress in here. I might get another pocket because this one just doesn't have much in it. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 20. Leave out 5 and 10. We'll save this, and I'll add pocket 10. I got to remember, I got to add pocket 10. Skip numbers 5 and 10 because I don't want to work in my fabric journal, and 10 doesn't have enough in it. So the first number I see, I will empty that pocket. 15. Thank you, Devin. 15. All right, 15's got a lot more interesting things in it. I'll have to remember 10 is kind of Christmassy. I Okay, that's it. That's everything out of 15. All right, let's see what we got here. I didn't get any adhesive out, but we'll see it. This was some watercolor painting strips that I did with a technique that Ann Lahr did, where you take some of your cardboard and you cut it into slits. Yes, we're doing bits and bobs tonight instead of the spring journal. I just can't wrap my head around what I want to do for that, so I'm going to do this instead. But back to this, Ann Lahr showed probably last year or so how to make your own printing devices with recycled cardboard and aluminum foil. And that's what this is. And you put the aluminum foil over the layered cardboard. So you got cardboard, and then you put your strips of cardboard, and then you work the aluminum foil over and in the little crevices. And then you take your markers and just color on the aluminum foil and then spritz it with water, and then you can print with it because it reactivates the ink in the markers. That's how I created that. This is my blanks. I don't want to mess them up. We got some bumblebees. No matter our distance, we still share the same moon every night. So that's going to go in our quotes. And I just kind of randomly go in here. That's painty paper. And separate things by what they are. Like that's scrapbook paper. This has got black, but it's got some washi tape. This was some map paper. I'll put that with the scrapbook paper. This was painty paper strip left over. There's a teapot that somebody sent me. And so I'm going to call that a focal image. And this is a focal image. That's painty paper. Painty paper. This is a tissue box. That's a little tag. So that could almost be another focal image. Painty paper. These we did together one time where we just made random, our handmade embellishments. So I could add one of those as a focal image. So I'll put these with the focal images. And if we use those, it will also take care of our quote. So this is tissue box, and you can see this popped out of there, I think, or something. Somebody, I think, sent these to me. So those are those. There's another little focal image. We'll call that a focal image. Painty papers in the form of circles. Some seaweeds, others wishes. That'll go with the quotes. This was some paste paper, but I had used laundry starch when Barb Owen was doing this, where you mix a little laundry starch with some paint and then you put it on and then you draw through something that makes marks. And so you end up with kind of a raised section. The laundry starch does not stay as raised as the art paste does that Barb Owen did. But you still get a cool paper. Another focal image. That's a little girl. We can use those for focal images. That came on someone's letter. We got some leaves, more painty paper piece. Painty paper. These are from y'all's envelopes. That was something somebody sent me on book paper, crumpled paper. Painty paper, painty paper. We could almost use this as a focal image. I need to glue this down, and it says Happy Meal there. This was someone's envelope that I chopped apart to reuse. That could be a focal image. We could almost use these envelopes and just cut a piece. That's another quote. This has got different painty bits. That could almost be a pocket. See, we could decorate the outside of the oatmeal pocket, like on one side, and then glue this to the front of the card if it'll fit. Let me look at my, it's too big. But we could decorate the front of this, glue it to the front, and then maybe stick something like a tag inside it. Maybe we'll do that on a journal page one day. All right, I'm just kind of separating. And then we've got wolves. So those could be focal images. So we got a little flower. Thank you, Mary. All right, so let's see what we can come up with. Let's look at our focal images first. We've got bees and little wolves. I'm going to save that, put it back in my envelope. Anything I don't use, I put back in the Bits and Bobs binder so that we can use it at a later date. I'm starting to see a theme here. All these purples, even my little strips. That one I had put hope on the front of it. I don't know if you can see that. We might darken that up. And that says create, create. Got a lot of purple going on. So I'm thinking I'm going to take anything that doesn't have some purple to it and put it back so it'll go back in the envelope. And I'm just going to start a purple pile. I'm going to put the wolves back and the bees and the green. And purple, purple. That map might work with the purple. And black always goes with everything. So let's see. The opposite on the color wheel, I think, is orange. So we might keep that. I'll keep this for when we do the bee. That's got purple. That's got purple. There's some more purples. And more purples. So I'm just pulling the purples out and narrowing us down. So this little bit I'm going to put back in pocket 15 right now. And I will keep some of these quotes out. Just as I was about to come on, my mom called to wish me a happy anniversary. And we had a lovely lunch. The food was good, but we could barely talk to one another because to our right was a large group of people from an office. And to the left, to my left, was a group of 60 and ups celebrating another's birthday. They surprised her. She didn't know all of those people were going to be there. And when she walked in, she went, "Oh!" It was funny. But they were all so loud talking in this high roofed place. I couldn't hear Scott. He couldn't hear me. So we just enjoyed our food and then left. I'm keeping water here next to me, hoping to clear my body of anything that's making me hurt. Mina, we're not going to do spring journal today, hon. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. We're going to do bits and bobs today, and I'm only going to stay on a little bit. Next week, I'm not sure how I'm going to work it because I don't know what time of day Scott's going to want to sleep because he's going to be working like 11 to 7 in the morning, 11 p.m. to 7 in the morning. So we're trying to figure out when exactly he's going to sleep. Exactly, Roy. They were having a big time. Okay, so I'm going to work on my backgrounds. I got 4 bases, and these are 3 3/4 by 5. And the reason I did that is so I can mat them on black and then put them on a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card. All right. So let's play. Okay. So here's our focal images. I really like this girl. This almost needs to be a layer. We could put this flower on top of it. So I'm going to kind of put these down here. And then let's see. I really like this tag, but I'm not sure about it. Let's see. And these have all that red. This one reads the most purple out of these. So I think I'm going to put these back in pocket 15. And I just do a process of elimination until I have just what I need sitting in front of me to work on a card base. That create will have to be reduced in size. All right. So I'm going to reduce this in size real quick. I went to Ollie's when I took Scott to work on Tuesday. Yesterday, I stopped at Ollie's because they had sent me a 15% off your total. And if you've never been in an Ollie's, you should see if you can find one because they're a lot of fun. But I picked up 4 books, but they're actually 2 books. And what I'm going to do, and I would like to ask y'all to make sure you put some comments on some of my videos, because next month I'm just going to randomly pick a video from the last 2 months. So May and June, I'm going to randomly pick a comment, use the comment picker from a video if you would like to win the books. And I might have to do it USA only simply because of the lumen cost for, out of country. But what I would do is if I pull somebody that's left a comment and you're out of the USA, I will come up with something that I can send a little something out. I just want to thank the commenters. That almost looks like it's on a vine there. All right, so we've got our little bit here. That almost matches this real good. And this has got some greens. We might use some of that there. And this has got some yellow orange on it. So I'll put that by this card. This kind of goes with this too. But it's just going to be a random thing. Put this here. Nothing really has blue on it. That was Dirty Dozen, I think. But we'll do these cards, and if I'm still feeling it, we might do a prompt game. We'll see how long I stand. All right, this has got a lot of green. I kind of like that with that. It's a little purple dot. Might save this black piece. All right. So I'm just going to stack this like this on here, and I'll put this girl on here. And we'll just start with this one. So what I'm thinking is take some of this envelope, and I'm just going to cover the whole thing. So what I'm going to do is this is got a little place there. I'm just going to put tape on this. Put it down. Now I need to look at chat so y'all aren't saying, "What are you doing?" Oh, thank you, Mary. That was sweet. All right. What's your question about Yes Paste? Yes Paste was actually made by the bookbinding industry, and it is acid and linen free. They use it to apply the covers to the books. It works best if you put just a tacky level, just a kind of a thin coating on the paper, set it aside, put a thin coat on your base, and then when they're just tacky, stick them together. That's what the instructions say to do. I've not had any problem with just smearing it on whatever I'm going to stick down and go. And I know you can get it on Amazon. Michael's used to carry it, and then they stopped, and I don't know if they're back because I haven't been out to Michael's in a while. Because I'm going to cover the whole thing, I'm just going to pull all the tape off and stick it to the back of this paper and then cut away. And then whatever's left, I can use on another card. I need my can closer. All right, scissors would be handy, wouldn't they? And because of Dee Dee, I went to Hobby Lobby today and got some Americana paint. And then it came up a whole lot higher than I thought in my brain I had added it up to. And I was looking at the receipt, and she said, "Oh, I didn't realize." Apparently she hasn't worked since the new week started. So she had charged me full price for the paint. So she gave me almost $9 back. She did a return and then recharged me at the right price and then put the difference back on my card. So and I said, and you rang the canvas up half off too, right? She said, that I did get. So I got a canvas. I got to do a project for my sister-in-law, and I'm not going to say any more about it because I don't know if she watches my videos. So I will share it after she receives it, put it that way. All right, so now we can set this aside. I'm not going to keep that little bit because it doesn't have a whole lot of color on it. That's a good idea to put the wax paper on or plastic wrap so that it doesn't get rancid. Because if you've had it for a really long time, it will start smelling funky. Because we had some go bad here. Scott used to buy it by the big bucket, and then we would put it in smaller containers and sell it along with the antique radio recovering material Scott used to sell, which if anybody is interested in any of that, I don't usually sell stuff, but we have it just sitting out there. I will talk to Scott about how much he would like for a yard of it, and I'll show you it later. But it's basically the material that's used to cover books. It's faux leather. It's not pleather like you buy in the fabric store. It's paper, and he's got it in different textures and stuff. But I will show you guys it at another time, maybe when Scott's here and can answer questions for you guys. But it would be better for him to sell it and have it out of our way than for it to just sit out there. So there's that. And it makes really pretty journal covers. It's what I put on this. My idea book that I made following Arne and Carlos's. It's this stuff by the yard. I need to cover this wrinkly bit up with something, but I made this following Arne and Carlos's book. But yeah, I will get with Scott. I didn't realize there was a glob of cat hair on it. Sorry about that. We do have cats. All right. Now I think, oh, this is going to be a cute card. All right. I think I want to Do I want my card to open this way? Almost feel like it needs another one. I'll get with Scott and we'll get back to you guys on that. I'm going to cut this so it's straight on one side. I think the most he has is in black. I don't like it. That's got a bunch of... Let me just trim a little bit more off. And then we'll put this on here like so. And that could be a card. I almost feel like it needs a flower or something. What if we take one of these and punch a couple flowers? Mama sounded so good on the phone. I was glad to hear. She had a really good day. My sister Rhonda went up and took her shopping and got her a new pair of sneakers. Just grabbing a couple flower punches here. I'll just use it here on the flap. See, I think this needs some little flowers. And then maybe a big one. I don't know if I have a big one that's pointy like those. Oh, and this one always sticks. It's like it doesn't punch all the way through. Well, I managed. Let me see if I've got a bigger one of the pointy flower. I do. I'd like the flowers to kind of match. Because you can manipulate this stuff. I'll let you know, Mary. I'll let you know. Overcharged you $60. Yes, always check your receipt. But because they don't scan their items. They still hand key them in, and they're relying on their cashiers to look at the current week's ad and memorize all of that. They need to come into this century and do the UPC scan, and then they wouldn't have that kind of mess up quite as often. I like all these pointy flowers. All right, so we're going to glue or stick down our paper first. One time Scott had to order an entire half a cowhide for this man that lived in Hawaii, and he recovered and restored a vintage TV for the man, and it cost a fortune to send it back to him to Florida, but he paid it. He paid for all of it, and he was tickled that he was able to watch TV on his vintage TV. I mean, it was really old and really heavy. I mean, super heavy. Hi, Ian. Oh, I lose track of time all the time. And I had to stop at my mother-in-law's on my way home because she got another Publishers Clearinghouse. So I stopped and picked it up for her. And she told me, I wish you could come and just stay with me every day. I was like, well, I've been tossing around in my brain what we might have to do is hurry up and finish all of our remodeling so that she can move into the middle bedroom and just come stay here. I know she wants to stay in her own home, but you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And our house is a single level. Hers is a tri-level. I'm gonna bring this over. My stomach is making all kinds of wild noises, you guys. I don't know. It's a crazy time. Hi, Sharon. We got it, Mary. We can decipher. When I'm on my phone, y'all get all kinds of gobbledygook coming through because the phone's got a mind of its own. A lot of this stuff came from you guys because it was Happy Mail envelopes and oh, that's sweet, Angie. Before you know it, he'll be out of high school. Kindergarten to high school is like a blink of an eye. I didn't mean to go off the edge there. Okay. There it is. The other flower disappeared on me. I think maybe black marker. I'm just going to go around the edge of this to cover the edge of the paper. I might go around this one too. Well, I've been missing Barb Owen, but I know she said she wasn't going to be on for the next couple weeks. Last week and this week, I think it was. I sent her a gnome. She will get it when she gets home. A gnome when you get home. Hi, Mary Lou. I have started working on hats again. And when I finish the bag of yarn that I set aside for the hat project, I'm going to go ahead and wash everything in an anti-allergen soap and dry it and then put it straight into a bag in a box the cats haven't been near and send them to Lizzie. All right. And then we've got big flower here. Oh, it needs to be changed, doesn't it? It needs to be made red. So I'm using the paper that was in the box, but I'm going to paint it red. This is just a piece of white. I can set these on here because I think they need to pop on the card. Let me get some red paint. I don't have a true red in the, let's do Red Barn. Here's that. It's not really dark, bright enough, I don't think. If I don't have the red I want, I bought some today. I bought a bunch of different reds today. Oh, this will work. And of course, I don't have a paintbrush or water. Hang on. Luckily, I don't have far to go. Oh, there goes my knee. That hurts. Walk slower. Be trying to run. You can't run right now. My mother-in-law says, you should get that fixed. I was like, yeah, I probably should. We might use that strip yet. All right. Yes, inquiring minds. Are we having room tomorrow in Anne's group? I think we're supposed to have my sister's girls' night tomorrow night, so I'll have to leave about 5:30, but I'm usually in Anne's room pretty much all day unless Scott and I decide to do something. We're trying to get all the parts that we need that the plumber asked us to pick up. And I had no idea. Just the faucet and the mechanism was for the faucet was going to cost us so much. The shower head, the valves to turn the water on and the pressure on. You can't do the 3 handle. You can't do hot, cold, and the shower in the middle anymore. It all has to be on one pressure valve. So we found one we liked, and we told him we were going to look around a bit, and then at the showroom. And then we came home, and Scott looked around, and this morning he's like, I'm really not finding anything else. So I said, let's go back and order it. And he came out and he said, whew, $452 later, we have an order in for the we were able to get the valve that we need for the rough end, but the shower head and the handles and all of that are back ordered for up to 4 to 6 weeks. So it's going to be a while before we can get this whole thing done, which is, I guess, okay. It's just getting the plumber in now to work with Scott going on 3rd. How's that going to work? You know, and Scott's mom was like, well, Scott can come over here and sleep. Which he might have to just to get some sleep. And see, now you could save this and use this for something else. Oh, yeah, I'm going back to evenings because Scott's going on crazy time. But what I was saying earlier is I may have to come on even later or super early in the morning, like before Scott gets home from work, but I don't think I can do that. I'm not there anymore. Early morning it. I leave that for Mary. But these aren't as red as I'd like. We're going to let them dry, and then I'll add a little bit more. We'll work out next week as we go along because I just got to figure out how we're going to manage. I haven't cooked for tomorrow either. I'm going to have to do that. Might have to drag the room into the kitchen while I cook tomorrow. Greg has this thing on Snapchat. It's a Snapchat filter that makes you look like you're crying. Even when you're laughing, it makes you look like you're crying. And I thought I was going to choke to death because Oh, it's hilarious.
I had to go get your water.
Yeah, you did. He said he had to go get my water. He took today off.
And I had a job interview today, and I'm going to have one tomorrow, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah. So hopefully something will come of that. All right. Those really need to set and dry. Let's see if I can get paint everywhere. While those are drying, we can work on another one. Hopefully I can still be in the screen. Got another piece of that pretty paper. It does not quite fit. I really kind of like how the edge has got the gold and stuff on it. So I'm thinking if I tear this, and then tear this way, could put this on. No, maybe we won't use this one.
With you talking about cooking, one thing I will say, I've had like Mediterranean and Italian cuisine on mine lately.
Oh.
Might have to whip something up like that. I'll have to go through my cookbooks.
Let's see. The worlds go this way. I get 2 of those on there. Just to have a little something in the background. Whew, it's hot in here. We'll see what the air conditioner's set at. Hang on. Whew. I'm going to turn this fan on. If it's too loud, I'll turn it off. Just need a little air. I guess because I'm sitting right under those lamp, it's getting a little hot. I'm thinking. Can't talk and think at the same time. I'm just not liking the map after all. What else do I have that's got some green on it? Oh, pull some out of my scrap bin here. I could add more of these scraps to my binder too. What I have as far as green. You know what? That's a scrapbook paper in the background, and I think I have some similar. That's painted paper, scrapbook paper. Let's see here. Try to set in there. I need to use all this stuff up. Real grass green. Just looking. Ooh, talking about grass green. We have some grass here, man. That would be fitting for a spring card. It looks like I'd folded it to do a journal page. So I'm going to do like I did on that other one and just put tape all over this. Y'all are chatting so fast I can't just glance up and catch up. I would ask if you have something for me, if you put at Aunt Beck's Creations, it'll highlight it for me, or do caps. Either or both, whichever. That way I'll be guaranteed to see it when I just glance up. So Scott got a salad today with grilled chicken on it, and I got the house spinach and feta ravioli, and it wasn't squares of ravioli. It was one great big, almost 6x6 ravioli. So like the pastry was down, and then the filling, and then the pastry. Big fresh made pastry, basically. Oh, it was so good. I couldn't eat it all, but it was delicious because I also had a salad and stuff. Yeah, I know, but I'm still missing her. I wrote it down, and then I also wrote down something. I don't know if y'all could help me or not, and I don't even know what I did to it. I think I threw it away because I couldn't figure out what it meant, but it said something like Rebecca and Betsy transplanted. I don't know. I don't know what or why. Sometimes I don't give myself enough details. It's like I write a note, but it makes zero sense. Yeah, I knew Barb wasn't going to be on. I'd forgotten on Friday. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I remember. The scissors shadow is in my way. And I'll put this grass back in my box for this day. Now we'll see which way is the grass going to fall. Because, you know, we don't want the grass to be upside down. So it needs to be this way. Maybe just one of those pieces would be good. We'll just stick that down. Put this on it. And then that gives us room for a sentiment. Tape. Now I'm getting things from the crochet crowd and Bag a Day crochets popping up. Yep. I even took it to Scott and I said, do you know what I was talking about? And he's like, I haven't a clue. Oh, goodness. I think Scott's going to be glad when this week is done, but he's not looking forward to next week's craziness to begin. And then thank you to whoever sent this. I'm going to put it on this card. We're going to use it. Because this is kind of thick in the middle, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive there too. Then we probably can glue our flowers on the first one. And then this will get mounted on a black piece, which I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so this is using up those scraps and the bits and bobs. And I'll be sending out 4 cards tomorrow. And I think I'm going to put some see weeds, others flowers. That's the sentiment that'll go on here. I'm sorry if somebody's here that I missed. I'm trying to catch everybody. But I know Janet Nash is probably sleeping, or she should be. It's the middle of the night for her. So here we got this little sentiment. We'll put some double-sided tape on the back. Or maybe I should do glue because it's awful thin. I wonder if I have enough stuff in my Xyron to get that. My little X here. I'm going to stick this in here. Callie, what are you scowling at? She's looking out the window with a really... She's our cat of judgment. She sits back and she just looks at us like, you did what? The cat of judgment. That's Callie Cat. She cracks us up. I mean, seriously, she's like, y'all need to like get with the program. Now, see, I could mount this on a piece of black and have it pop out. Now I think about that. Hang on. That's green. Okay, like so. There, see, now the sentiment stands out a little better. Is Barbara here? Barbara chicken pot pie? I see Barbara Clark. So the Bits and Bobs binder, if you guys wanted to play along, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing because I know Mary's doing her transparent journal. And then I got a card base here. Awesome. I've got a baby blanket in the works, but I haven't touched it since I started working on the hats for Lizzie Brewer. So I will get back to that. That's I'm doing it's kind of an, I think, a white or off-white blanket. I know, probably not the best thing for a baby, but it's real pretty. And not sure why I'm making it, but I think my brother-in-law is expecting another grandbaby, and it's a girl, so that might be where that one goes. All right. This has some weight on it, so I'm going to go ahead and put a strip in the middle because the embellishment that's on there is dimensional. It's got a little thickness to it, and the button. So when I send it, I might send a piece of cardstock just to protect the front of it a little bit. And I will fold my corners back, just so I'm not completely stuck down right away. All right, so we've got one card made. I'm going to set that back. We'll bring this one back up here and glue these bad boys on here. Uh-oh. Stuck down. Um, I'm getting low on this, is why I worry about grabbing this to do these. Well, my sisters and I are working on getting close again. And Robin just, when she got off work last week, she had overdone at class. She had tried to do too much and she'd made herself sick. So we rescheduled for this week, but I haven't heard anything from any of them. So I'm hoping we're still on. I need to let them know I can drive this week. I don't like driving after dark, but I can do it. Sometimes just getting the paper off is half the battle. Come on. If you end up with any residue, the trick to get that is to just sprinkle a little baby powder on there and rub it around, and it takes all that sticky off. It's 8:30. It's been an hour. We still have 2 more cards to make. If I could get this to come loose, that would be great. All right. Let me get one of our bases over here. This one already has a word on it, so we don't have to put anything else on it, unless you wanted to. Yeah, my mother-in-law is 94, and she doesn't travel too well anymore. It kind of beats her up to travel too far, so she refuses to travel. So even if one of us, drives for her, it's just too much. Cards from scraps. Made up stuff. And I got Rachel's wonderful package. I shared a picture on my community tab. Rachel had sent me a bunch of goodies. And then Mitz sent me some yellow pages for my caged fish little book that I've been trying to get finished. Well, my grandmother never drove, and I always said, I'm never going to be like that. I'm always going to be able to get out on my own and go. Greg has a friend that's his age, and she still doesn't have her driver's license. So not everybody gets their license and goes, but I wasn't going to be trapped because that's how I kind of felt like my poor grandma wasn't allowed to go anywhere except the grocery store once a month. And so neither was I. So, yeah. All right. So there's our second card. And it just says create on the front. So let's do the one with the little girl now. Let's cover, this says Happy Meal. I bet this was from Janet Nash. Just going to tape up the whole thing again. Mom said she would have watched me tonight, but she promised Dad she'd watch Wheel of Fortune with him instead. So, Mom, I wish you could watch. Oh yeah, man, if you don't hook up to your Wi-Fi, or when we're out, we try to hook up to like a restaurant, or if there's not a Wi-Fi available, we try not to use it because we have Tang and we only pay for the minutes we actually use. We don't pay for unlimited. We just think that's just not for us. Because our phone bill with Ting for 3 phones is less than $100. So that's why we use Ting. I can cover the Happy Meal bit up if I need to. Oh no, it fell back in. There we go. I'm just turning so I can kind of see what I'm cutting. And see, that can go back in and be used another day. And it's looking like I need to go through my scraps and pull out the small bits and things, and just leave my larger scraps in my bucket of scraps. Actually, I could leave the Happy Meal on there as kind of a sentiment, couldn't I? Do this way, and that says Happy Meal. Put the little girl on there. Let's see, what do we need? We need something. This needs to be smaller. And we need to cut I'm just goofing and playing right now. Pulling out of my scraps again. Oh, Devin had to leave. Bye. Have a good night. I'm really going to focus on hats the next couple days and see if I can't finish them up and get them washed and dried and put into the mail. And then I need to start working on the dresses. Oh, and I need to finish my Sweet Dreams quilt project because she gave out the last block and I have it all printed off. So I just need to sew it up. Wait a minute. Come back here with these flowers. I am going to cut the bouquet that's a little damaged off. And then just even the edges off a little with eyeballs. I think these are hollyhocks or delphiniums. There's a piece of washi. Stick that back down on. And if I have to, I'll stick some glue on it. You can tell the light has changed for the day. Everything's kind of shifting as to where I need to have my hands to prevent shadows. I don't know if turning the light on behind me would help or not. Probably make it worse. It's just a little lamp, so. Cut it too close. She needs something else. And get our our mat under here so you can see what it'll look like when it's matted. Wish I hadn't cut that so close on there. Oh well. Maybe if I could find a purple butterfly to put right here. I'm going to go ahead and stick this down and commit to it. And then we'll go butterfly hunting. If I don't find one, I'll make one. That's what I ought to do anyways, just make one out of this paper I have. Today was Becky Waters' birthday and a couple other people's birthdays. It does. It just makes it pop. All right, and to bring out the Happy Mail message, just go around it with a black paint pen. We still have one more card to make. It'll be 9:30 before I even get them all done. I like that I have the bases all cut, ready to go too. Hi, Rachel. I was just telling everybody I shared a picture of your goodies that you sent me on my community tab. And thank you so much. There's so many pretty things to play with. All right. And I want to make a purple butterfly. I might just use this right here. That's awful thin. Let me put this through the Xyron. Come on, get on there. Oh no, that's about the last of my paper. I'll have to order some more. Just to give my butterfly a little bit more dimension here. Right. Butterflies. There's this one's too big. Let me find another butterfly. It doesn't like that adhesive. Okay. And what you do, all right, so I got 3 black cardstock and 3 with the paper with the black on the back. And then I'm just going to bend their wings up and only glue on the very middle. Glue would be good. I wish my Scotch Quick Dry was working. I'm just going to try to put, it's way too much. And line it up on a black base. Okay. That one dry, and we'll do another one. Oops. Just a little bit. If I stand on one leg, stick my tongue out, maybe I'll get just a little bit. Put some on here. One more. So I was going to put 1 butterfly on it, but I'm going to put 3. Let go of my finger. And your ears must have been burning. Dee Dee was talking you up this morning. We were sending people over to your channel, right and left, and they all wanted to see your Alice journal. That's one you should put a tag on it and say Alice journal so people can find it easy. Because right now I think it's under unfinished business. Right, I'm just going to let these dry a while, but I'm going to set them on here for just a little bit. And we'll just let them dry. And we'll start working on this one. One more card. Doo, 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 doo. Got a flower. And nobody signed the back of that one, so I'm not sure. Kendra sent me a bunch of cards and things. I don't know if that came from Kendra, though. So we have this weird paper. See, it's very textured. This is one of the prompts that Janet Nash had on Monday was crumple. What was it? Scrunch up and glue down paper. That's what somebody did there. So how can I use this? I wanted to use this as well. I almost feel like this needs to stick down to the paper first. And then we need to do something with this, like maybe put a stack of blocks up through here. So if I cut this, ooh, that's hard to cut through. I think it's masking tape. That there we might have to stick down with what kind of glue. Well, that's kind of interesting. But they actually need to go this way. No, I really like this combination with these stacked up over here. Sorry, I'm just working it out. Aunt Bex. There's Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Poet Society. Chicken Pot Pie Society. All right. I feel like it needs something else. This world map's just going the wrong blooming way for me. I've got a piece of Janet's letter, but that flower's all messed up. Maybe I'll cut a strip of black or something. I'm thinking. Can you hear my brain cells? This is another piece that we did envelopes or something, I think. And it's got some bling on it too. Or maybe it go here. It's almost too dark. It doesn't match the values here. And the only other sentiments I have in here are these here, and then this flower. I think this flower may be too dark. Yeah, it's too intense. This is what I have to do. I just have to keep trying different things until something speaks to me. And then this is its mat. Your mats don't have to be black. I mean, if you've got a real dominating color in a piece of art, you could pull that color out and just mat it to give it a frame. See, it needs something else. I just don't know what. My brain's going dead. We need to put the sentiment on up here, I guess. What I'll do is I'll just put a strip of tape on the back side, right over the letters. And I can cut it apart as I need to. All right, I'm going to let my brain cells rest a minute. And I'm going to step back and just glue these butterflies on. And I just put a little glue all over the whole bottom of it. Maybe I'll put one up here. Push it down good. Are you talking about on this card, Rachel? Because this is all glued down with the butterflies I'm putting on. I'm just letting my brain rest a minute. Greg's putting something in his air fryer. That thing is loud. And when you put butterflies on, once they dry, you can come back with like a gold pen or one and just give them some loop-de-loops behind them. So I'm going to call that one done except for the loop-de-loops. And I might come in and maybe put a little gold, I don't know, or maybe just frame her. We'll play with that in a minute. All right, so, okay. Becky, try offsetting the blocks on top of the strip. I'm really not liking the strip much. I think it's where my problem is. What if I had a black strip? Let me just get a strip of black. We'll just cut a strip real quick. It doesn't have to be real big either. Oh, wait, here's some strips over here where I was making the cards up earlier. So I was thinking something like this. And then have these on there. So they don't look like they're floating. Runny nose. I'm missing a lot. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Let's see here. I was trying to catch up on my temperature blanket, and I think I hurt my thumb. I was a month and a half behind on that temperature blanket, and I think Kathy's right. I have weeks left, and if I keep going all the way around, it's going to be still long and skinny. So I'm thinking the last 16 times around, I wanted to do shell stitches just to give it a border. So that would be four times around, 4 rows. But I might do 3 rows, and then that would only be 12. That might look better. 3 rows of shells. But then take the remaining days from the 83. Take 12 away from 83 is 70 something. 70? No, 60. I don't know. I need a pen. At Hobby Lobby, they had a thing. It said, there's no we in bacon or us. There's no us in bacon. I don't know. It cracked me up when I saw it, and then I promptly forgot. That's how my brain goes. Don't jump up here right now. I'm busy, ma'am. Giving me old judgmental stink eye. Howard, quit digging on my chair. Have we begun the in and out on the catio portion of the evening? That about drives Scott crazy when they start in on that. I want out. No, it's too cold out here. No, it's too hot out here. I want back in. I left this so I could put this cover back down. No. Move along. Move along. Oh, did she type something? Oh, that's good. Whew. $83 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. And then 1 from 8 is 7. So 71. Quit digging on their toy. What are you, 5?
You looked at Howard looked at me like, what are you doing? That's fine.
The cats of judgment have spoken. Leave their stuff alone, boy. All right, I'm going to go around each one of these with my black marker. Greg's cooking something in the air fryer. So if I do divide the 71 in half, which is impossible because it's 71. So 70 in half would be 35 rows on each side. That would widen the blanket out. And I'll put the extra row to finish around. And I'll just make notes on my little calendar thing that I started doing side to side and how many rows I'm going to need to do. A song popped in my head last night and it stuck like a brain worm. They call me Mellow Yellow. See, now y'all have it too. Y'all remember the Mellow Yellow song? Mellow Yellow. I think you can play 10 seconds of a song and not get in trouble. Let's see. It's 3 minutes. 10 seconds.
I serve for the place I call home.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm just mad about saffron.
Remember that song?
Saffron's mad about me.
That's the one that's been stuck in my head like an earworm all day. I'm not going to worry about having them straight because my strip's not straight. The cats want something. Oop, and I haven't fed the dog yet today. Oh, I'm a bad dog mama. I do so much better with cats. They demand what they need. No questions about it. Y'all demand, don't you? Oh my goodness. Gregory's being a burpee head in the other room. I think I was about 4 years old then, and I probably was dancing along to it because they said I would listen to all the commercials when I was real little, and they would be running to the kitchen to get their snacks and stuff, and then everybody'd come back in and they'd be wanting to watch a show, and I'd be still playing the commercials. I got in a lot of trouble for singing commercials. All right, I'm just going to put a glob of glue on these and stick them down. And I do think this is masking tape on here.
I feel like I'm a little kid again.
I feel like a little kid again.
I'm being impatient with the air fryer.
Well, apparently it's not instantaneously done.
I want it now.
I want it now. 34-year-old, 2-year-old throwing a fit. All right. This one needs a sentiment on it. And I don't know if the sentiment I have in the box will work.
Howard's by her feet. He's just like, leave her alone. She's crafting. Keep an eye on things.
All right. I don't think on the quote here or the saying. Ann still has the album. See now, Ann, you're going to have to play it because I stuck it in your head like an earworm. I'm going to do a little tidy up, put things back in pocket 15. And I need to beef up pocket 10. It's done. Now you can quit standing over. Is it hot? You'd think so after just finishing. I have another pocket of sayings. We might just pull some sayings out for that last card. And I'm putting everything back in here, even my little tape strips. I don't feel like separating them out right now. So next time we do pocket 15, I'll say, why are these all in here? And y'all will say, because you didn't feel like dealing with them when you had to put them away. And hopefully next time we get together, I'll be more in the mood to do the spring journal, because if we don't hurry up, it's going to be summer and we're not going to be finished. I'd like to be finished before the next month starts. This is not glued down yet. I mean, stuck down on here. Greg loves that thing. We tried to do fried okra in it. Nothing compares to in the pan fried okra. I'm sorry. I think you have to have the grease for that to be any good. This is silly. I hate eggplant, but I still like to plant it because I like the flowers on eggplant. Don't ask me why my brain went there. I'm getting tired. That's the bad thing about me doing nights is I get so tired by the nighttime. All right. This needs a saying or something on it. Oh, I'm having a hard time getting this loose. Well, they're going great guns on the new rehabilitation facility down the road here. They've demolished every tree standing. They didn't leave any of the trees. They're all gone. Then everybody will be griping because the coyotes will be coming up in the neighborhood again. Where are they supposed to go if you take down all the wood? Just saying. Can't have progress without displacing somebody or something. Let me get my other words out here. Let's see if we got some words in here that we can use. And I'll put these flowers and the butterfly back. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put this back in 15. I just don't think that fits this card. Oh, Oh, this has got some interesting things. Oklahoma, Route 66. Now, remember the now. Always be your own kind of beautiful. Beautiful. And I need a piece of black. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to stick these in one of the boxes, one of our pockets. You're only as old as you remember you are. And this one says, with the kitties, me and you as friends. You smile, I smile. You hurt, I hurt. You cry, I cry. You jump off bridge, I go miss your emails. All right, we'll stick one of those in 10 because there ain't much in 10. And we'll stick this back in 15. So that's the kind of thing I need to go through and pull out and throw into those bins until we use them up. Oh, dig, 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 dig. This has got a bunch of focal images in it that could be used. There's that always be your own kind of beautiful. There's a hello. Hello. Kind of like the hello. Let's see here. Right. Might just put this quote bag with the binder, and then I'll remember to maybe put some of them into the pockets so we don't have to look so hard. It's another piece of black. Okay, put this on here. Is Lisa here? Hi, Lisa. And I'm going to give these away a little bit differently tonight. So what I want you guys to do is, from those that are in chat that will get me an address to me, or I can get your address in one of the groups, I want you to tell me who you would like me to send these to. So there's 4 cards. So the first 4 names that pop up from you guys, I will send them to them. And you got to really want them in the mail, so that, I can get them in the mail. All right. So I see Mary, Barbara, Angie. One more. Mary, Barbara, Angie. And that's Barbara with the etc. on there. The apostrophe. Okay, and Mary's saying send to Janet Baum. Let me see if I've got, let me check live chat here. Okay. Riri, I'll send it to you if you send me an address, but Zoomies have begun. I will do that, Mary. Okay. No push-ups. I can't put any pressure on this knee. I do. It's Becky Carr McCauley on Instagram. Let me get over here. Oh gosh. Why? Don't hurt each other. Oh, forgot I put on two-step verification because of the nonsense. One of my sewing friends on Instagram lost her entire account. Everything, pictures, everything. Somebody took her over her account. So if anybody ever asks for your phone number or something like that, don't ever give it to anybody on Instagram because, yeah. She thought she was helping somebody else and they took advantage of her and stole her account. I'm trying to get to my Instagram. Oh, finally. My email address is in my About section of my channel. For anybody that's looking for it, it's in the, if you go to my channel page and you go to About, my email is in there. All right, so let's see here. Angie wants hers to go to Janet Nash, and Mary wants hers to go to Janet Baum, and Barbara, I need to get your address. Let's see, I need to attach this one to a card. Tippy, no, honey, no. Not right now, baby. Tippy's my white cloud. That's what Dee Dee calls her little girl cat. Okay, Riri, I got you. And then Riri. I saw it pop up. I got it. I got it, Angie. I wrote it down. Janet Nash. So you won't know which one you're getting or they're getting, because I'm just going to fix these up, and I'm probably I'll stuff some things in with them. It's warm in here. All right, so next week I'm going to aim for 7:30. If Scott is still sleeping, though, I might have to go later, like much later, like after he's left for work, like 10 o'clock. But I'm going to play that by ear. I know I won't be able to do it during the day because I don't know when we're going to get the plumbers in here. But here's the cards. Here's the one with the butterflies. And I will add little butterfly trails on them. And there's the hello. Let me make sure I put that on there right. There we go. So there's 2. And then our create card. And I might do some doodling on these as well to like bring the flowers out a little bit more. And then some see weeds, others wishes. Just this one. There we go. Now you can see all 4 of them. Ta-da! So I want to thank you guys for coming, and we'll play it by ear. Oh, I will have a stitch out for the Afghan. For those that aren't participating, would you like to see the Afghan real quick? As I don't know if you watch those videos or not, but I can show you the Afghan that we've been working on. If anybody that doesn't crochet is interested. I'm so glad, Mary. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. And I will do up envelopes. Now, Hearts of Love. I have a list here. And I know I was going to send one to Cheryl because she's battling the shingles that is awful. And Violet because she lost her sister. And Barb Fillion because her dad had to be put in a home. And Mary Hill, you guys, Mary Hill popped in not long ago, but she's been quite ill. So if you could pop her a card or a heart of love, that would be great. And then I have a bunch of other people on here. And somebody mentioned Artsy Girl Maryland, but I don't know her address. And if you want to private message me, if you're doing a Hearts of Love project, if you want to private message me, I'll give you the entire list of people that I'm sending hearts to. Just, so you know who I'm sending to and who I've heard. I don't know all of the reasons people are on my list, but I do know there's a lot of people struggling right now that a little bit of Happy Meal might make their day or their week or month. It might bring a lot of joy and cheer. Okay. I'm going to bring the Afghan over. I don't know if you want to see it or not, but you're going to see it anyway. I have lost track. I think we've done 19 stitches now. And the last one is one I developed myself. So I'm pretty proud of it. I don't think I have anything that's wet here now. We'll put the butterfly card here. Make sure there's nothing wet here. And I do have things. So each week I search out a tutorial and I share it with those that are participating in this crochet along. So if I just leave it folded, you guys can kind of see it's getting kind of long, and you can see how wonky my sides are. I'm not worried about that. I say that and then it really bothers me. But anyway, so we started off kind of small, and it's kind of grown and grown and grown. And what I love the most is how many people have jumped on board and have learned along with me all these beautiful stitches. And we have 3 stitches that have already been recommended that I think will be our next 3. And I know Waffle Stitch is one of them. And you don't see the right side of all of the stitches. Like this black, the right side is on the back. And the black is so hard to show. I really like this stitch here, but it's really dense, really thick. It would make a beautiful scarf. And then this is mine that I developed. And I like the back too. It looks different on the back than it does on the front. Really. And the star stitch was fun. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. And this one here, if you do the one that Kathy Whitney has taken, and she said, let's call that one Rebecca. So this is the Rebecca stitch. She said, because Becky didn't sound classy enough for it. But anyway, if you do this stitch or you haven't got to it yet, I do recommend that your carry row, the row where you're working just in the back, is opposite on the color wheel. So like if you will use a cool color, use a warm color behind. That would be a good way to really show off this. If you get them too close in color, it's not as visible when you work the stitch. That's why I didn't do the light blue behind all of this, and I just used it kind of as a border separating between stitches, and then I used the red and the darker blue so I could really see what that looks like. Good night, everybody. And watch for the stitch Friday morning at 10. And I'm going to try to work ahead a little bit just in case we have plumbers in here working and I can't do a video. If I do a couple ahead and set them to go live, that might work better. Thank you guys so much and have a wonderful night. See some of you in Ann's tomorrow. Bye.